Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is something that is so disturbing and disgusting. It's like, how is this even happening? When the FDA is supposed to be doing their job and they just are not, okay? So you've heard of Beyond Meat, right? It's the plant-based yada yada that's supposed to replace meat, right? Well, there are photos, and I tried to look for them. I could only find one, okay? There's photos and internal documents from a Beyond Meat Incorporated plant in Pennsylvania that shows mold, listeria, and other food safety issues compounding problems at a factory that the company had expected to play a major role in its future. Okay. Now, the products from this plant tested positive for listeria, which is a harmful bacteria, on at least 11 occasions, okay, during the second half of last year and the first half of 2022. And according to an internal document provided by a former employee concerned about the conditions at this plant. Now, the occurrence of the bacteria at the facility was confirmed by two former employees who asked not to be named, of course, discussing private information about the company. Now, while this listeria is frequently present at food plants, okay, it is more unusual to be found in the products itself. So these photos, they were taken by the former employees from inside the plant in January and April, and it shows what appears to be spills, unsafe use of equipment, and mold on the walls and in ingredient containers, while spreadsheets, photos, and internally prepared reports reveal that foreign materials such as string, metal, wood, plastic have been found in the food from the plant as recently as last December. So inspections that were done by the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture in March and September found no instances of nonconformance with regulations. And the company's food safety protocols go above and beyond industry and regulatory standards. Now, the company did not comment on its internal documents or specific details about the conditions in its plant, such as the apparent presence of mold and references for safety violations. Mold growth, it takes a while, but under the right conditions, black mold can grow within 24 hours. I know this from experience, okay? So that underscore is a lack of cleanliness, unless, of course, you have water damage, okay? And if it's neat and tidy rather, is 1 and filthy is 10, this has got to be maybe like an 8. All right. It's just gross especially, but it's food. You know what I mean? Now, Chief Executive Officer Ethan Brown, he once envisioned this plant, which is located next to the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Have you ever driven on the Pennsylvania Turnpike? Okay, then you're going to understand where I'm coming from. About 45 minutes from Philly, as a key part of Beyond Meat's goal of building a global protein company that competes with the meat industry. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Okay? Stop. This shite is just nasty. Okay. Have you ever seen what their sausages look like? No? Here, just take a look. So you get where I'm coming from. So after buying the facility and some of its equipment in 2020, the company planned upgrades to help reduce the cost of producing its plant-based hamburger patties, sausages, and some other items that could help it compete with conventional meat. You can't compete with conventional, I'm sorry, but there's nothing like, now hear me out, there's nothing like a big, fat, juicy hamburger with some cheese and some pickles. Okay? Get that. So, now last year the company filed plans with the local township to double the facility size. But expansion plans are now on hold because the company reduced its spending and high inflation limits demand for plant-based meat. There is no demand. Just saying. Which remains pricier than animal meat. Well, yeah. Because look at all the process that has to go into it. Anyway. So reports of listeria found in the products are organized in a spreadsheet reviewed, that shows weekly test results from the plant. The document shows 11 incidents of listeria at a 56 test in a period from early of June 2021 through late June of 2022. Now, with the most recent positive case in May of this year. So listeria is destroyed by cooking the food. Okay, I get that. All right. But according to now this is all according to the USDA, okay, many of Beyond Meat's retail products, such as meatballs, hamburger patties, are sold raw and they have to be cooked by the consumer. So, listeria is common in food plants, okay, like I said, but it's usually present in like the drainage areas. Finding it in the food, though, that's where your serious problems come into play. It should not be occurring in the food, not in a detectable level. If this was, I don't know. Would it, to have the level of listeria reported in the internal document would be highly unusual when it comes to it actually being in the food. That's the thing. If it's on the machines, if it's in the drainage area, okay, fine. But on the food, you know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about the pictures that they have. And I tried to find the pictures. I tried. It's hard. The photos of they have photos of overturned trolleys in the mixer, indicates that it could be a serious problem. It's a really, really bad idea, they said. It was begging for contamination from the wheels that are in contact with the floor. It could also endanger employees, introduce foreign materials into the food. You would not want to take something with wheels on the ground and pour it into a mixer. Well, no, that's like sticking your shoes into the food. You know what I mean? It's just gross. Ew. They also said that they have pictures of the ceiling looking dirty. And I mean, just imagine going into like a restaurant or anything that prepares food, looking up and just seeing filth. You know what I mean? Look at what they're cooking on and just imagine mold and just filth all over the place. You would run. but we don't get to see where our food is produced and packaged. And imagine just mold, black mold growing up the walls. Who the hell would eat that shite if they knew it? You know what I mean? I mean, holy hell, it's just disgusting. Anyway, all right. Ew, I don't even want to talk about. All right, you know what? I'm going to put the link in the description box below. If you guys want to read the rest of it, you can, but I can't. All right. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And don't eat this disgusting shite. And as always, fear less. Ciao.